13 years. 13 years I spent building a career as a fitness trainer, a health educator, a nutritionist on an American Air Force base in the UK. And I lost it all. Not because the economy crashed, not because my job was eliminated. I lost it because of my own demons. And the strange part, I think it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Stay with me because what I'm about to share is not a motivational speech. It is not a success story with a neat ending. It is a story about what happens to a man when everything he built disappears over the night and what he chooses to do morning after. My name is Miro, and this is where I come from. I was born in Slovakia. I came to the United Kingdom for a few months. That was the plan. A few months, see what happens, and then go back. I never went back. I built a life here. I found my work. I genuinely loved what I did, helping people get strong, get healthy, understand their bodies. For 13 years, that was my identity. That was who I was. Fitness trainer, health educator, nutritionist. Those were not just job titles, they were me. I had built something from nothing in a country that was not my own, in a language that was not my first, and I was proud of that. The job was on a US Air Force base. You don't just walk onto one of those, you earn your place. You prove yourself every day. I went in knowing I was part of something serious, and I delivered year after year. From the outside, everything looks solid, but there are things that live inside a man that the outside world cannot see. I won't go into every detail today. Some of that story belongs in its own video. But what I will tell you is this: the demons were mine. I'm not blaming anyone else. Not the job, not the circumstances, not the people around me. What brought me down was something internal, something I had been carrying for years without dealing with it properly. And one day, it cost me everything. The career was gone, the identity was gone, the structure that had held my life together for 13 years, gone. If you have ever lost something that was not just a job but a version of yourself, you know what that silence feels like. You wake up in the morning and for a split second you forget, and then you remember, and the weight of it hits you again. That happened every morning for 6 months. I'm not going to romanticize this part. There was nothing beautiful about it while it was happening. I was in real darkness, the kind where you question everything: who you are, whether you have what it takes to build again, whether you even deserve to. The last one, whether you deserve to, that is the one that keeps most men down. Not the failure itself, but a quiet voice that says, "You did this. You have no one to blame but yourself. Who do you think you are to start again?" I know that voice. I spent 6 months having conversation with it, but something else started happening. I started reading deeply, not to escape, but to understand. The Bible, Marcus Aurelius, Radical Forgiveness, Journey of Souls. Books about the soul, about why we are here, about what failure actually means, from the perspective of the life you were sent to live. And slowly, not suddenly, slowly, something started to shift. There was a morning, I cannot tell you the exact date, but there was a morning where I made a decision. Not an excited decision, not a breakthrough moment with the music playing in the background, a quiet decision. I decided to stop feeling sorry for myself and stand up. That's it. That is the whole decision. And what I want you to understand, what took me years to really understand, is that there is a difference between standing up and truly getting up. Most men stand up after a fall. They get back on their feet. They rebuild the career, fix the finances, put the mask back on, and they are functional again. And from the outside, they look fine. But they never truly got up. They never went back to the face, the fall at the soul level. They never asked, why this happened? What was I supposed to learn? Who am I supposed to become on the other side of this? They stand up, but they carry the weight of the fall silently for the rest of their lives. I did not want that to be my story. So I asked the question, not once, but every morning: why am I here? What does God want from me today? How can I help? And I decided to become an entrepreneur. I want you to understand how that felt from where I was standing. I had spent many years inside the system, clocking in, delivering results, being evaluated by someone else. I knew how to perform inside a structure, but I had no idea how to build one. So the doubt was real every single day. Am I cut out for this? Do I have what it takes? Who am I to think I can build something from nothing at this age, starting from here? That voice did not disappear just because I made a decision. Some mornings it was louder than ever. But here's what kept me going and still keeps me going now: the vision of freedom. Not freedom as in lying on the beach doing nothing, freedom as in waking up and knowing what you built today is yours. That the ceiling above you is the one you set. That the life you are living is the one you chose, not the one that was assigned to you. The vision is dangerous because once you really see it, once it gets inside you, you cannot unsee it. You cannot go back to pretending the old way was enough. Some days I'm full of doubt about my skills. Some days I look at where I am and wonder if I'm moving fast enough, building fast enough, becoming enough. But I have never once thought about stopping because the path I am on of personal growth first, of becoming the man first, of building from the inside out, that is not just a business strategy. That is the only way I know how to live now. And I'm just getting started. If you are a man over 40 and something in this video landed for you, I want you to know why. Because this channel is for you. Not for the man who has it all figured out, not for the man who is functional but not free, who rebuilt after the fall but is still carrying it quietly, who has more left in him than his current life is asking for. I'm not going to tell you to think positive. I'm going to talk to you about the things that actually changed my life: faith, self forgiveness, daily practice, and understanding that the fall you went through was not an accident. The fall was the door. The question is whether you are going to walk through it or just stand in front of it for the rest of your life. That's my story, the beginning of it, anyway. If anything I said today resonated with you, send me a DM or comment. Because what I'm building here is not a broadcast, it is a conversation. Tell me where you are. Tell me what the fall look like for you. I read every message, every comment, and if you want to stay in this journey with me, subscribe, because what I'm going to share on this channel over the coming months goes deeper than anything I have put out so far. This is the only beginning. My name is Miro, and the fall was the door.